watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Floyd Money Mayweather finally responds to Adrien Broner challenging him after Adrien Broner was victorious over Ashley Theophane this weekend. This is what Floyd Mayweather had to basically say in response to Adrien Broner's challenge. Quote, "That was the biggest joke of the night, actually. What's important for Adrien is not just winning, life after boxing. That's what's very important. We'll see what the future holds for Adrien Broner. I wish him nothing but the best." End quote. This is what Floyd Mayweather said to Fight Hype. Now, clearly and obviously, Floyd Mayweather is downplaying a possible matchup between him and Adrien Broner. But, you know, I really don't know. I mean, it's hard to really tell what's going on in Floyd Mayweather's head right now and what Adrien Broner may or may not already know. But when I look at other interviews and I'm listening to what Floyd Mayweather is saying before the fight and after the fight with Ashley Theophane, because there's another interview where Floyd Mayweather, he basically says Adrien Broner made a lot of mistakes in the Ashley Theophane fight. I mean, the fact that he would say something like that with Adrien Broner being the first person to stop Theophane, and despite the fact that Adrien Broner slowed down slightly in the middle of the fight around the 6th round, he pretty much dominated Theophane. I mean, Theophane, he did pretty good, but he just looked like he was too small, and it looked like Adrien Broner was able to just walk through his punches. So the point that I'm making is, it's just odd that you would hear Floyd Mayweather say something like that about Adrien Broner's performance after he knocked out his fighter. But once again, maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't. Something else I paid attention to is when Floyd Mayweather countered what Adrien Broner said about, you know, when he was just saying all this fuck Floyd and fuck them and et cetera, et cetera. When Floyd Mayweather responded to that, Floyd started comparing himself to Adrien Broner, like basically saying, I'm a pay-per-view fighter and Adrien Broner is a free TV fighter, because we know, you know, he's fighting on PBC, et cetera, et cetera. So to hear Floyd Mayweather compare himself to Adrien Broner, it just sounds like it's part of a build-up to a fight. Now, that's just my interpretation, but this is, of course, all speculation. We don't know what's going to happen. Now, if it was up to me personally, Adrien Broner versus Floyd Mayweather, no doubt about it, that would do numbers. With Adrien Broner's personality, Floyd Mayweather's personality, all the drama in between, that would be a big pay-per-view fight. But if it was up to me, I would rather watch Mayweather versus Danny Garcia, just because Danny Garcia is another undefeated fighter. And when you just think of how many champions and undefeated fighters that Floyd Mayweather faced, that just adds onto the list of accolades and accomplishments. I mean, if you guys really think about it, if you look at all the fighters in the history of the sport, how many fighters can you honestly say at age 39 was favored to beat a young, prime, undefeated fighter? We're not talking about a no-name undefeated fighter like the guy that David Haye is about to fight. No, we're talking about an undefeated, established fighter like Danny Garcia. How many fighters do you know at age 39 were favored to beat opponents like Danny Garcia in their career? Not too many. Not too many. Because a lot of the greats and a lot of the fighters today, their careers were on the decline in their early 30s. Okay? So if it was up to me, I would prefer Danny Garcia. And if not Danny Garcia, another big fight would be Floyd Mayweather versus the winner of Pacquiao and Tim Bradley. I mean, just imagine that. Imagine both scenarios. Imagine if Manny Pacquiao goes in there and dominates Tim Bradley, he closes that chapter and he wins the best out of 3. Okay? And You know, he's no longer using the shoulder excuse, even though no one believed the shoulder excuse but decafs anyway. But still, it would close that chapter, and it would force Manny Pacquiao to go into a Mayweather rematch without any excuses. Now, if Bradley were to beat Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather versus Bradley would be a really nice fight. That'd be a big fight right there. You have Tim Bradley. You have Floyd Mayweather, who dominated Manny Pacquiao, beat him decisively. And then you have Manny Pacquiao, or you have Tim Bradley, excuse me, who just beat Manny Pacquiao the best out of 3. Something else they have in common, not only did they both beat Manny Pacquiao, Bradley and Floyd Mayweather, but they also both dominated Juan Manuel Marquez as well. So you put Mayweather and Bradley in the ring together, that would be a big fight. And like I've been telling you guys for the longest, I feel, you know, once again, anything that Floyd Mayweather is doing right now is extra. Like I said, if you compare Floyd Mayweather's career to anyone else's career, especially anyone in this era, there is no one that has accomplished what Floyd Mayweather has accomplished. All right? This man, he beat Manny Pacquiao when Manny Pacquiao was considered pound for pound number 2, number 3 in the world. This is the guy that was considered fighter of the decade. And what's so ironic is it's analogous to the Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran situation, because Roberto Duran as well was considered the fighter of the decade. And Sugar Ray Leonard, he beat him 2 times out of 3. All right. So now you have Manny Pacquiao, who was also considered fighter of the decade. Floyd Mayweather, he dominates him. Manny Pacquiao was younger than Floyd. He was even the favorite to win the fight according to all of the fan polls that were conducted right before the fight began. And once again, decafs can't use the excuse that Manny Pacquiao was past his prime and all of this stuff, because right before the fight was signed, the same decaf fans that said that Pacquiao was past his prime, they were the ones saying that Floyd Mayweather was scared of Manny Pacquiao only weeks before the fight was signed. So it's only common sense. You're not going to say Floyd is afraid of a guy who's past his prime. You're only going to say that Floyd Mayweather is afraid of a guy that is in his prime, that's dangerous. He's afraid of a guy that can beat him. That would obviously make more logical sense. That's no different than fans saying that Canelo is afraid of Gennady Golovkin. Now imagine if, while fans were saying that Canelo was afraid of Gennady Golovkin, all of a sudden Canelo decides to fight Golovkin in May. And once he does that, then everyone changes their argument and they say, oh, well, you know, Canelo, he's only fighting Golovkin because he's 34 and now he's past his prime. He didn't look that great against Willie Monroe, and etc., etc., etc. You guys wouldn't do that, right? You wouldn't make an excuse for why Canelo is fighting Golovkin. Now, it's a different situation if Golovkin were to go in there in his next fight against Willie Monroe and to look like complete trash, right? If he were to really go in there, get staggered, and just be completely exposed, now then it would really look like Canelo was waiting to see some chinks in the armor. He was waiting to see Golovkin possibly get old overnight or just be exposed, period. Then you could say something like that. But once again, you can't sit over here and say Canelo is scared, and then as soon as Canelo gets in the ring, then you make excuses for Golovkin. This is what decafs tried to do when it came to Floyd Mayweather fighting Manny Pacquiao. And once again, you guys cannot use the excuse that Floyd Mayweather waited 5 years for Pacquiao to get old, etc., because I have the interview. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in the description box. And if you guys don't want to look at the link, all you have to do is just search in your YouTube search engine, just search Freddie Roach Admits, and it'll pop up. The video will pop up. Freddie Roach admitted that it was Manny Pacquiao, his fault, that the first fight didn't happen in 2008. Okay? It was Floyd Mayweather who wanted to make that fight. And once again, Manny Pacquiao's own trainer, his biggest advocate, the guy that's on his payroll, he admits that it was their fault that the fight never took place. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got when it comes to this situation. We'll see what happens with Floyd Mayweather. I truly believe no matter who Floyd fights, I truly believe he's coming back. I already told you guys, whoever he fights, this is just extra credits when it comes to graduating in high school. You know, Floyd Mayweather already got enough credits to graduate. So this is just extra on top of what he already has done in the sport of boxing. So that's pretty much all I got, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey. Yeah.